double doink.
You like that?
Talkback Talker Tuesday, Northern Fire Prize to be given away, believe it or not. And we're going to run a bevy of talkbacks here coming up soon. Why? Well, because this talkback design has been so efficient, we've run none today. The topics du jour would be State of the How. Julius Randle was traded. NBA draft today. You don't have a pick. NBA draft tomorrow. You got pick number 33. And also on beleaguered Cincinnati quarterback Brendan Sorsby. Brought this up yesterday. And I'm going to fly through this real quick, then we'll pause and do the talkbacks up to the post game. If you're interested in basically laying out, you can study it up on your own and use your discernment as to whether you think this would be worth the trouble for a team or the Minnesota Vikings to consider supplementally drafting Brendan Sorsby. Now, the supplemental draft doesn't happen every year. The last one was 2019. And that's why yesterday, in kind of freewheeling fashion, I spouted, does anybody know if he can play? Does anybody know if he's good? He's 6'3", and he's a dual threat. And, looking back at a few things and some game logs and stuff like that, I mean, if you're the defensive coordinator for TCU, I mean, you probably would give him $20 million a year.
I always love that one.
Outside of that, I'm not exactly sure how good he is. And I just haven't watched him play live a lot. So that can be part of the talkback machine. If we have anybody via the iHeart family, which is vast and ever expanding, I don't know, listening in the River City, the Queen City, Cincinnati. Bearcats Nation. Brendan Sorsby, can he play? Zach Royce. IU football fans for the 2 year and a half he was there. Can Brendan Sorsby play? And is he worth the trouble? That's the premise. He's 6'3", has a nice arm, got some dual threat to him, and teams are desperate when it comes to swinging and hitting home runs, specifically at the quarterback position. So this would be a home run swing, but it doesn't necessarily mean the ball would go 450 feet because see Dave Kingman, see Rob Deere, and et cetera. There are players over the annals of time who have taken home run swings, but they've struck out. Is he a series bet slinger? Is he the under the center of attention? He throws with his right arm, but supposedly never threw a game. And I'm not saying I think he did. I'm just saying that it's, he claims to have made more than 9,000 sports wagers over X amount of years. And to get him, you need to give up if this supplemental draft takes place. And it's within the next month, by the way, and it'll pop up out of nowhere. You would be required to give up a 2027 draft pick. How would that impact a franchise? Would fan bases become sanctimonious because of the things through which this individual put himself, not through which he's been, through which he put himself? Now, where I left off yesterday is from ESPN. Sorsby's decision to leave Texas Tech and pursue the NFL marks an about face, as he had been granted a temporary injunction by a Texas judge June 8th that appeared to clear a path for him to play for the Red Raiders in 2026. Sorsby had been ruled ineligible by the NCAA after it discovered he had placed more than 9,000 bets, totaling at least $90,000, which ain't a lot of money over 9,000 bets, but nevertheless, he still did it, on professional and college sports over 4 years while enrolled at Indiana, Cincinnati, and Texas Tech. This ain't Calvin Ridley. This ain't Isaiah Rodgers. This is closer to Shoeless Joe Jackson and Paul Hornung than it is the aforementioned two, including at least 40 wagers involving Indiana football when he was a freshman with the Hoosiers in 2022. A flurry of legal activity over the past week further muddled that path to eligibility. Cody Campbell, chairman of the Texas Tech Board of Regents, said in a lengthy statement a couple of nights ago that Sorsby would, quote, not be part of the Texas Tech football team this fall, end quote, and called the supplemental draft, quote, the only viable and fair path, end quote, for Sorsby's future. Cleveland, now before we get to some opinions about him, at least on the record opinions, it's what I said to Ben is accurate. You can sports snob it yourself and find it. He took $4 million in name, image, and likeness money from Texas Tech, which is his right. Those are private deals. And 9 to noon, or a lot of these reporters are not privy to what goes into those private deals. It's not public record. But it's widely assumed by the right people that he either is keeping it all or he's keeping most of it, even though he's never going to play a snap for the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Well, that's dicey too. That's weird too. I don't have cash envy, with like other people's money and stuff like that. But that's just everything with this guy is shrouded in strange. Cleveland Browns coach Todd Monken hinted at the kind of research some teams might be conducting when he was asked whether the Browns would be interested in Sorsby. Quote, Monken, first year in Cleveland, replaced the calm. I don't think we're in a position to want to go down that road. That's my opinion. That's not General Manager Andrew Berry's. I think that's a slippery slope when you go down that road, irrespective of talent, right? In terms of the situation he himself is in, we all know what that is. He put himself in that situation, and we've seen in other sports with players who have been banned for life from playing in professional sports. From my end of it, it's kind of a tough angle to go down that road and think that's going to be your franchise quarterback. If he's ever eligible to play in the NFL, So, Monken's negative on it, but, should we all be surprised? After all, of all teams in the NFL, Cleveland couldn't use a quarterback, right? Yeah, Browns don't need a quarterback. Seriously, Shador and Deshaun Watson and Dylan Gabriel can't even see over the line of scrimmage.
I always love that one.
And nobody likes his left-handed ball.
I always love that one.
ESPN film-watching guy broke down tape and wrote this about the 6'3", teaser-loving slinger. Said Scribe's name is Ben Solak. Quote, the film watcher. Because Sorsby is so averse to taking sacks. Now, he only got sacked 7 times last year for Cincinnati out of like 336 attempts. Pretty good. And because the offensive menu of the Bearcats was fairly predictable. Since he's OC catches a stray.
I always love that one.
Didn't even ask for it.
I always love that one.
But Bearcats' offense was fairly predictable. It was not hard for smart defenses to bait him into poor decisions. Against man blitzes, Sorsby loves to hang a deep floater out for his speedy receiver to track in space. But these bold tactics often become needless prayer balls. Against Arizona, whom he did burn with a couple of deep shots into blitzes, Sorsby has an open receiver immediately on 3rd and 7. His tight end, Joe Royer, gets to the flat. A safety is bearing down, but a quick throw would give Royer time to make the tackler miss in space. Sorsby didn't throw it. All right, so we're going to take one play and put a blanket on it. That's cool. The mothership scribe includes Minnesota as one of 5 potential landing spots. This learned scribe writes, Minnesota is secure at quarterback for 2026, as Kyler Murray is in town on a 1-year deal to refurbish his career and right Kevin O'Connell's sinking ship. Are you an idiot? What's this guy's name? Seriously, are you an idiot? This is a sinking ship? What's the sinking ship portion of this equation?
It's probably, entering 5th year, no playoff wins, trouble at the quarterback position. What a journey that J.J. McCarthy went on last year. So maybe that's what he's referring to.
Would you look at it anyway as a sinking ship?
No, absolutely not.
Wow, I'm not going to read anymore. This is just flat stupid.
But it is a position.
I don't like to follow things from stupid people.
It is a position that needs to get better.
No doubt.
In 2026.
Right, but he said Kyler Murray is in town on a 1-year deal to refurbish his career, and right Kevin O'Connell's sinking ship.
Yeah.
Well, the ship's the team.
No,
and it's not sinking.
And that's why
this guy's dumb.
That's why I completely disagree with the way that he wrote that.
No, I don't care about the rest of the stuff that he writes, by the way.
But I think that's a national opinion, though.
Cool.
I think the national opinion would be that J.J. McCarthy, let's singularly, may be a sinking ship on his own, leading to Kyler Murray coming in the building.
Great. Nationally, plenty of time before the season to fly in. Meet me by Sir Leonard Diker, the accomplished pianist, level 1 in this building. And if you like that under 8.5, be a little table there.
Oh, you got a little duffel bag?
And we got change. So this is not a sinking ship. Are you kidding me? That's just so stupid. I'm not reading. I mean, it might not be great. Might not be of the Super Bowl winning variety. A sinking ship?
Yeah.
That's just narrow-minded and naive.
But he links...
Oh, man, ESPN, stop replacing accomplished people. And, so anyway.
But he links Sorsby as being a potential option for the Vikings. That's the...
Well, yeah, I'm not going to read any more of it.
No, I get you.
Why should I?
Well,
when you say something like that, you're just wrong.
Well, the things that I've read, and I wish I could credit, because for me, a lot of it's doom scrolling on X, but it seems like the consensus... And you can't do it. That's why this is a problem, and that's why he's entering the supplemental draft. Yeah. You can't remove the gambling aspect of this, right? But if you could, in your head, just picture Brendan Sorsby, the QB prospect himself, I've seen kind of wide-ranging opinions on it. I've seen, hey, if he had gone in the 2026 draft, that because it was a weaker draft, maybe he was below Mendoza, pick your poison, him or Ty Simpson. Like, I've seen those opinions.
Yep.
To the idea that in 2027, because it's a much deeper class, that he's most likely a day 2-ish guy.
Yeah. I texted somebody about that earlier, got left on red.
Okay. And so with that said, then, because when you were talking with Gessling, you floated the idea, if what if they gave him a first-round pick? And I'm not saying you were saying that that's going to happen, but just kind of floating and fodder and what it would actually cost. I think that is probably where most Vikings fans would go first.
Yep.
Hold on here. Second round pick, and we have a deep class coming next spring. Mm-hmm. We have 5 or 6 guys that we could potentially take with a second round pick anyway, if that's the issue. Second round.
No, you just nailed it. You just nailed it inadvertently. I mean, we're a sinking ship. We'll be in the top. Sinking ships are in the top 5 of the draft. Tennessee's a sinking ship, fool. That's a sinking ship.
Yeah.
Jeez, man, just be good at your job.
So with Sorsby, though, again, without digging, that's what I understood is that there is in a weak class, you're seeing him go Thursday. In a deeper class, you're seeing him go Friday. Mm-hmm. But now we lump the gambling bit in.
Big time.
And what kind of a draft capital tax does this significant aspect of his off-field life, what does that mean in the supplemental draft? Does it mean a 3rd-round pick? Does it mean a 4th? Mm-hmm. And then, going into Monken, I think Monken, it's a dearth of quarterback talent, sadly, on the shores of Lake Erie for Browns fans. But there is an element of truth from Monken. Think about this. You got a team that this contract and the move they made for Deshaun Watson, and now you're going to take, let's say they throw a 2nd-round pick at this cat.
That's a great point.
With 9,000 bets.
At least Shedeur Sanders is not polarizing.
Exactly.
Holy cow.
Could you handle any more?
Go ahead.
Yeah, everything's good. I'd just like to talk about the other 53 people on my team, please.
No, things are stable here. The fan base is cool. Oh, they are? You just traded Myles Garrett. Holy cow.
Maybe
that's got some sinking ship to it, Ben.
Maybe he was limited by technology, but did Pete Rose, Charlie Hustle, did Pete Rose, maybe only because he had to use landlines and back alleys, did he make 9,000 bets?
McAfee got all the money. Now they're empowering people with minimum wage. That's beautiful. All right, I promise we are running 10 talkbacks next segment. 10 talkbacks coming next segment. One of you will win a Northern Fire prize package. Don't leave.
And the fan would also like to give you the opportunity. I got a chance for one of you to win $2,500. How about that? You go to KFAN.com and you enter the keyword travel. With the keyword travel, You can go to KFAN.com, enter that keyword in, and maybe win $2,500. Good luck.
John from Minneapolis here. I, too, was very excited at the prospect of getting Randall's salary off the books and the trade possibilities. And then I read a tweet from Johnny Athletic that says these types of trade exceptions are rarely ever utilized for a trade. Although it does give us some roster flexibility and gets us out of the luxury tax. I'm not too excited based on what Johnny Athletic tweeted.
Fair. I stick by, what I've said for a long time, and it's not always right, but the very good generally find the bottom before they find all the way to the top. And with the Vikings, Wild, and Timberwolves, we, three of the core four, currently are good to very good, but not good enough.
Yeah.
And at times they can be bad to quite bad, but not bad enough. If you're a purgatory man or woman, that's kind of where you are right now, in limbo. Next.
Hey guys, it's Jason from East Bethel. I'm a little nervous about the fact that we traded Randall and got virtually nothing in return. We opened up all that extra salary space, and now what? We're going to trade for a player to fill that salary, potentially? What's that going to take? Either it means you're getting an overpaid player, or we're sending Jaden, Nas, Terrence, Juan, something big out. I don't really trust Tim Connolly at this point. I haven't really agreed with most of his trades.
Okay, appreciate the opinion. When they identified, here's what we need to do to beat Denver, they did quite well with it, because all they do is beat Denver. Now maybe the identification is, what are we going to do to get by Wemby? That would be shortchanging the exploits of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander when Jalen Williams is healthy and playing, which he was not a majority of this season. Zion Williamson is a guy for me because I know he's weird to Wemby. And he plays Wembanyama incredibly well. And Wemby, I ain't going to say fears him, but we've seen Wembanyama in certain situations. He ain't fearing anything at age 22 or whatever he is. Zion might be one of those creatures. But I'm not going to doom scroll it like that. Because, the Conley, the Ayo Dosunmu move, honestly, I mean, he should have had a ski mask with what he did in that deal with the Bulls, so we're conveniently forgetting that. And he's been very accomplished during his career, including as a championship-winning general manager. He gets the benefit of the doubt from me.
Well, a lot of these talkbacks are going down a similar road.
Hey, fellas, Logan and Eau Claire. Gotta say, this Julius Randle trade has my head spinning a little bit. Didn't get much for him. Got some cap space, so that's pretty cool.
Hey, let's just let's just all take the leap together until we are proven wrong.
Yeah.
Everything people are saying, I understand. You go down the road of the difference of agreeing with and or understanding. I don't know if I agree with it or not because I don't know enough about it. But I think it is abundantly apparent that a breakup needed to take place.
Yes.
And I'm not going to be the loudmouth who guesses at the reasons. I'm just going to say either they no longer wanted him or he no longer wanted them.
One way or the other.
So the ultimate equalizer for everybody is distraction. And that's the last thing you want. So I'm rolling with that. And if that is the case, well, guess what? You're not the only one in the league who knows that. So what have you lost? Leverage. So, which means whatever you can get in a situation like that is almost kind of what you need to take.
Yeah.
So that's how I look at it.
Well, and there was something during Johnny K's segment, and we've talked a bit about it, but they need to play smarter basketball. Well, I'm paraphrasing for Johnny. We can go back and podcast it. But
great point.
It is part, and that doesn't mean that Julius Randle is a dumb person as much as what we watched from this particular group.
Well, it was more about who they would bring in to elevate that.
Right. And
which was Derek White.
Derek White conversation and some others. And so that, but I think it's the take a breath portion of this too. Yes, the trade exemption is rarely used.
Yep.
Yes, they effectively moved back 5 spots in the draft. What does that mean?
No, he had to go.
And many have already talked about it. The idea of getting like plus talent, like actual human capital as part of this trade, that someone's going to come in and make a difference.
They had to leave.
I think in some ways, because the vibe might have been over, party's over. I think that leverage piece is huge too. So now the patience of it is $15 million mid-level exemption. What does that look like? And then also, if you are going to make a trade, that one talkback, one name you didn't mention is Rudy. That is a thing that potentially, again,
that's
patience,
what I said.
Taking a breath, and the multiple step aspect of this process.
Some more talkbacks momentarily, but just to amplify that, if you what Eric said off what Johnny said plays into everybody saying, including Finch here in the studio, the don't take the regular season seriously trick, and then all of a sudden push a button and turn it on in the postseason. It's gotten you good to very good, but not good enough. And then now you're in that middling spot. So it's that played into the smart maturity angle. And there's more, but I think that was the A topic with it. If that is the case, and I believe it to be the case, and that's why after the Knicks won the NBA title, one of the first things I said was, is our alpha what we just saw with Jalen Brunson? Is he mature that way? Is he tough that way? Is he calm that way when everything's all wild and harried? Is our alpha like their alpha? Because he knows what it takes to win a championship. So brought that up in passing. From a trading standpoint, if you're looking to get more mature, you're going to trade for John Morant?
No, you are not.
No, you're not.
No.
So, talkbacks.
Milwaukee
didn't even get an all-star for a 2-time league MVP. None of them first-round picks will be in a lottery pick. They'll all be in the late 20s, just like what Minnesota gave up for Rudy. None of them will amount to anything.
Awesome.
Down on Bucks guy.
Anybody have a working cell phone number for Bill Michaels?
I do. Yeah. we can text Bill and make this Bucks fan line. I like this one a lot.
Hey, Nordo and PA, JB from Minnetonka, just calling, checking in. The Julius Randle thing, I'm happy to see him go. As much as I love watching him randomly get a triple-double and then hit us with 5 points the next night, I'm ready to move on from the mood ring. I'm ready to try to get back into playing some Timberwolves hard basketball like Conley wants to play. Let's see what we can do without him. I'm good with the salary cap move. I'm good with AO. Let's see what we can go.
I'm a Julius Randle fan. I mean, I couldn't have said it any louder when they made the trade or during his first year here. I like Julius's game a lot. So, therefore, when something like this happens, and you know Chris Finch, because he said it here repeatedly, he's a big fan of Julius Randle's game. He puts Julius in a position, elbow line extended, to play point Julius. They're big fans of his game.
They are.
But he's gone.
He is gone.
So somebody didn't want to be here, or somebody was no longer wanted here.
Big thanks to JB in Minnetonka, by the way, because he referred to Julius as the mood ring.
I love it.
He's the winner today, my brother. So JB's going to get a $25 gift card to Northern Fire Grilling and Barbecue Supply in Minnetonka, as a matter of fact. Stop by the store or go online, northernfirebbq.com. Thanks for the contribution, JB.
Truncated postgame next.
This is PA on iHeartRadio and KFAN The Fan. Guaranteed human.
And really good working with insurance companies and your bottom line. These guys are aiming to turn the who to, it's us. AlRoofing.com. Welcome to the Covenant. Like Northern Fire on Tuesdays, Steve's Appliances with the marathon segments, Hoffman Cooling and Heating, and the Weekend Wrap, TimberTech, and so on. We aim for Owl Roofing to indeed turn that who into a what, when, and how. What's wrong with your roof? When can we help? And don't sweat how much it'll be, because we got you. Now, if that interests you, please go to marketing@kfan.com. Marketing@kfan.com, and you can send an email. If you want to work with 9 to noon and or KFAN, kindly permit us to market your business, and maybe you can sponsor segments that we craft. Maybe you come in with an idea and execute it, like, quote, today's Aviation Minute with Amelia Nordhart is provided by Delta Airlines. Come for the fast service and elite FAs, and leave with some biscotti cookies. I'm Amelia Nordhart. Thank you, Delta Airlines. That's the Aviation Minute.
Love that.
More on that tomorrow post-game. Give it to us. Marketing at KFAN.com. Yeah. Marketing at KFAN.com. You want to work with 9 to noon, we'd love to have you.
First of all, cool segment. If you were going to podcast, listen to the first segment of Gessling today. We do chat about the purple, but congratulations to everybody. Whether you ran a 5K or you went the full 26.2 this weekend at Grandma's Marathon. Like, cheers to all of you out there. That's so cool. Learning about the commitment, the mental and the physical battles. That was cool, and always happy to hear and see Ben Gessling. But topic of the day, Julius Randle trade. I would assume a new contract, all of those things. What are we going to do here? It's a multi-step process, says Johnny Athletic, John Krasinski. But here he was, kind of getting me all lathered up about Derek White.
Yeah, no, he's a tweener for sure. He's not like the prototypical Mike Conley quarterback of an offense, but what we do know is he has played combo guard on a championship winning team, and I think he's a championship player. And so if you put him next to Anthony Edwards, I think, one, that could be an incredibly dynamic defensive backcourt with so much size and toughness and strength. But two, I just think that you would see a guy that would fit in and figure out a way to make things work, even if he is not John Stockton. And so I just think he's such a smart guy. And the Wolves would have talent around him that he could adapt to whatever the Wolves needed from him. He can handle the ball. He can get you into offense. He can knock down open shots. He can just do a lot of things that way, even if it's not, the Bob Cousy style that some people might look for.
Derek White, maybe one of the many options that could be available for the Timberwolves as we go from draft season tonight. Wolves don't have a pick tomorrow night, pick 33, so look forward to that. And then, of course, his free agent continues to rear its beautiful head closer and closer next week. Maybe we'll have some new faces in the mix.
And a complete analysis of the NBA draft, or not, but certainly some takes on it tomorrow, 9 to noon. Page 3 of the Take a Sorsby swing to be unfurled tomorrow with the producer, Amelia Nordhart. And I'm Paul Allen. Thank you for listening to 9 to noon at FM 100.3 KFAN. May God bless you and all of your families. The program is next.
9 to noon.
And that's a fact.
If it's good news or money, leave a message.
Podcast today's Paul Allen Show, or listen back to previous show and interviews by going to the iHeartRadio app or KFAN.com.
From the 1-800 Ask Gary Traffic Center.
This report is sponsored by the 3M Open.
Solid